We are still covering all of the top 30 players in the 2026 recruiting class, and today we have Obinna Ekezie Jr., who's heading to Louisville. He's a top 20 player in the country. He's the best center in the country. He's a key piece on this contending Louisville team. He's a 7 foot, 220 pound big, a huge physical presence. So let's get into the film. First, let's look at the three-point shooting. I've only got 2 clips because he's not an incredible spacer. He's definitely going to be adequate. I think if he can work on that, that's going to really boost his draft stock heading into the NBA. And he could definitely have a good shooting year in college. Here, he's kind of on Davian Adkins in the paint here. He's going to space out. Davian Adkins doesn't really respect him, but he does get a solid hand in the face, and that still goes down. Now we look at the three-point shooting in slow-mo. Here we see him right here. I think the ball's going to get swung to Tony Bryant at the top of the key. Ekezie is not making any effort to cut. He's going to stay out here as Bryant makes a short pass. And look at this. For a big man, it is a nice one-part jump shot here. He's quite quick. He's got a very high release point. This isn't getting blocked. And the base, it's not incredible, but that's a very solid jump shot, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has a great shooting season next year. Obinna Ekezie is obviously more of a defender than an offensive player, but one of the key parts of his offensive game is he's actually decently athletic, and he runs the floor very well in transition. Here, you're going to see him just he runs the floor very well to start the play, and then he sits in this open pocket, and that's a nice little dunk. On the top of the dunks, that's Obinna Ekezie's whole gig on offense. This Southeastern Prep team dunked the ball more than almost any high school basketball team last year. Here is some really nice screen navigation or screen setting. He's going to kind of slip the screen. He sees the mismatch. He's just going to put it down. More dunks. Now he's going to this is a beautiful play. He's got it in the post. He's going to spin his man as his man overcommits. And then Tony Bryant does well to get out of the way. A bit of a Euro step kind of move. The footwork's a bit messy, but he still gets it to go down. I would like to point out that although Obinna Ekezie is a monster and he has a huge physical presence, he still needs to work on his frame a bit in college. He's not the strongest player. Here you're going to see him, he's got a mismatch in the post here, and this is slight IQ, slight strength problem. He really needs to be making the most of this. He wants to get it back to the basket, and then he kind of tries to seal, and he can't make his mind up, and eventually his hands aren't very good. His hands are normally half decent on offense. I don't think they're a particularly weak point. His hands on that play weren't good. And the strength, he's kind of getting out-muscled by number 11 here. And, these are the problems that are going to come because he is a reclass. I think he's a reclass guy. So he's actually a junior, and now he's heading to college. So I think you will see this in college, but if he can sort that out, if he can build the frame, he's going to be really special. What I think makes Ekezie unique is because with a lot of these new stretch fives, these spacers, they don't really have the key attributes of a big man. They don't have the rebounding and the rim protecting. Ekezie definitely has this. Here we're going to see some rebounding. He's running the floor here, and now he slips his man. His man's trying to box out. He makes a nice little move to slip him, almost like a speed rusher in the NFL, and then it's a strong rebound, and he gets fouled. Here we're going to see CJ Ross take a three-point shot, and it doesn't go down. And Ekezie's got one arm here. His other arm's being kind of hooked. He fights it out, grabs the ball with 2 hands, and then he makes a nice little play to get it down at the rim. Now let's look at the defense. This is the strongest part of Ekezie's game. He's an excellent rim protector. He's got a great base for a defensive big, which I think he's going to work on. He can defend adequately on the perimeter. You're going to see in one of these clips, he hedges a screen really well, and I think that is a strong point of his defensive game. And this is really why Louisville want this guy, because here, he's just got such a monster frame that he can make this play so easily. He's kind of stuck on the other side of the paint here, but one step and he just gets that. Another great play here. He's going to hedge the screen, and he makes it really hard for the offensive player. The offensive player still tries to go ahead with it, but he definitely should have, because Ekezie just takes that. You're not scoring that over Obinna Ekezie. And finally, this is just a superb defensive possession from Ekezie. You're going to see 24 kind of losing his man in the half court. And now look at Ekezie. He drops his man off a bit. He's defending the gap. There's no running room here. And look what he's going to recover all the way back. Six is going to now take 2 screens, Ekezie recovers all the way back while still kind of having control of where his man is. He knows his man's 14 at this point. He hedges this screen well. He now comes back onto 14 and the ball goes nowhere. What a player. This guy has an incredible frame. He's a room deterrer. He's got such great defensive gravity. And I think a big thing for Ekezie is he definitely is a one-and-done candidate because he's only one of the true 7-footers in next year's draft. You look at the big man in next year's draft. Ngongba's going to be a big talking point. Cameron Williams, maybe Arafat Dian is a big guy, but none of them are really as big as Ekezie. And I think that could be a really big thing for him.